It's time for Tiger basketball. Join the Waynesville Lady Tigers and the Waynesville Tigers this season on 97.9 FM. Our game's brought to you by Air Serv Heating and Air, the Marys County Bank, Mailbox It, Lowe's Chevrolet, Memorial Chapels, Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, Flo's 66 Niner, Ed Morris Ford, Shelter Insurance Agents, Dave Holland in Richland and John Gregory in Crocker, and St. Robert Auto Supply. Let's go courtside and play some basketball with the Tigers and Lady Tigers in the 22-23 season.
And a very and yours here at the Waynesville High School Gymnasium for today's varsity boys basketball matchup. Again, the Waynesville Tigers set to take on the Glendale Falcons. Connor Harbert here with you today, 97.9 The Source. Apologies in advance. I will go ahead and say right now, get it out of the way, I have switched sides of the gymnasium here today. We had a few conflicting broadcasts, if you will, a few conflicting setups, and so I have moved over to the other side of the gym, and the Waynesville High School Band is in attendance here tonight as well, and they are right behind me. So we will go ahead and do the best we can. Of course, band kid myself, big supporter of the arts, but I know how loud it can be. We will do our best. I'll see if I can't shout my way through the pregame here today, but I will be in front of the band for the majority of tonight's contest. But hey, it's going to be a good contest here. We've got two very good teams. Waynesville trying to get over the hump here in this one. A couple of heartbreaking losses in back-to-back games now. Last time out, lost in overtime. Almost were the first team to defeat the still undefeated Forsyth boys, but we got to get back to it. Of course, a loss to Bolivar in your first Ozark Conference game before that, both 3-point losses. That's really what I'm kind of getting at there. It's now time to see if you can kind of get back into the right mindset and defeat a team that's really exceeded expectations so far here this season in the Glendale Falcons. Glendale, a team that lost a lot to graduation last year. They still have some very talented seniors. They have some tall seniors, but 13-12 last season, and now 9-4. You've definitely had a lot of players step up here. Still creeping toward last season's win total, but we'll talk about them here in just a little bit. But Waynesville going to need to be on their A game. Of course, the Waynesville percussion. A little bit of mid-game, between-game festivities here, so we're still waiting for that clock to start. This is going to be a longer pregame than usual. Did want to make sure I got on there before the band kind of took over things from there, but we will go ahead and take 3 minutes. We'll take 3 minutes like we always do. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Glendale. We'll talk a little bit about Waynesville. Again, some players to watch out for here in this one. But hey, again, we're going to be back here in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Waynesville Tiger Basketball. It's 97.9 The Source.
Gasco Sage Electric is owned by their consumer members who use their electricity and other services. They've been providing services to Camden, Marys, Miller, Phelps, and Pulaski counties since 1945. Much like electricity, Gasco Sage considers broadband internet to be an essential service, not just in the big cities, but right here in the rural communities they serve. They work hard at making a difference in the futures of the communities they serve. As a new G-Tech Fiber customer, you can soon be part of their high-speed fiber-to-home broadband network. Give them a call today, 573-759-7146.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Fall is in the air, but this family is in turmoil. Here's Mom, Dad, and even little Sally. Why are they upset? Well, there's the laundry, the dishes, the floors, the office, the yard work and PTA, the homework, soccer, and dance class. And nobody has time to cook a good meal. All right, family, now huddle up. Here's the plan.
Home Plate Grill of Dixon is not only the place to get a great home-cooked meal anytime, but you also get outstanding service that is quick and affordable. Home Plate Grill of Dixon, down-home comfort food and exceptional service that keeps you coming back again and again.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Waynesville High School Gymnasium. We're about 13 minutes away from tip-off here in this one. Again, the Waynesville Tigers playing host to the Glendale Falcons. Connor Harbert here with you today alongside the Waynesville High School Band. Of course, very, very loud. We'll see. They played during the break. We'll see if they kind of join me here in just a few moments. Again, one more disclaimer. I am in front of the band here today. Probably most likely going to get a little bit loud, but I will go ahead and shout if necessary as we move toward the game. Obviously, during the game, we should have no issues there. But again, Waynesville and Glendale. Waynesville 3-9 on the campaign. Glendale, they are 9-4. Waynesville, a couple of close, very heartbreaking losses, I'd say. You almost start your conference season on a win against Bolivar, but you do fall in that one by a score of 62-59, and then you lose on the road at Forsyth, trying to take on the Falcons. Or excuse me, how about Forsyth over there? Lost in overtime to an undefeated Forsyth team. But let's go and talk a little bit about tonight's opponent here in the Glendale Falcons. Again, like I said, 9-4. Now we're getting to that part of the year where we start to see some common opponents. And of course, for Waynesville and Glendale, that would be the Bolivar Liberators. In fact, Glendale spending a lot of time playing out of state. In fact, spent the actually first couple games in Oklahoma and Texas, but they did play Bolivar a little bit earlier in the year. In fact, it was actually all the way back on December 13th. Lost by 20 there in that one, 70-50. So obviously, previous scores don't mean the whole story. But when you take a look at what Waynesville was able to accomplish against Bolivar, and then you look at what Glendale was able to accomplish against Bolivar, I'd say Waynesville can keep themselves in this game despite the record differential. We'll have to see. Well, of course, it all matters about the matchups. When you get on the floor, does Tyreek Brooks get off to a torrid scoring pace? Do you have the help in Nico Fowl? Of course, you have some of the other scorers there as well. Elijah Griffin, Cody Black, Rayshawn Fowler. All that matters once we get on the floor, but that is something to keep in mind as we move forward there. But Glendale, they are on a 3-game winning streak. Already a couple games in the books against Ozark Conference opponents. Both of them wins. West Plains on January 3rd, their first game of 2023, won that one 53-45. And then a 64-61 win against Rolla on the road earlier this week. So they are on a 3-game winning streak. The last game against Palos Verdes, like I said, most likely playing down south there. Do not know where that might actually be. But what we do know is that they're riding pretty high right now. 3 wins in a row. Again, a 13-win team last year. And we take a look at their roster, and you see kind of why they're able to rack up those wins here in the past. And that really all revolves around the team's anchor. According to most sources I was able to kind of gather before today's game, senior Cole Feuerbacher. If you listen to Waynesville football right here, actually over on our sister station, 102.3 KOZQ, you'd know Feuerbacher, very good football player. In fact, has already committed to Missouri State. That's where he'll be plying his trade for football next year. But basketball-wise, very much praised for his defensive work. And of course, you take a look here at what Glendale's really allowed on the season. You can kind of see that they're a pretty solid defensive team. Don't allow too many points too often. But take a look here. 61 points against Rolla, only 45 in the win against West Plains. They have not allowed above 50 points here this season, I would say. No, excuse me. How about 60 points here this season? How about 65 points? I know I went up the ladder there a little bit, but this is a pretty good team when it comes to playing on the defensive side of the floor. But another player to watch out for, that would be another senior, 6'8". He is going to be a force down there. Another tough test height-wise for Nico Fowl and the rest of the Waynesville Post. That's going to be Owen Paget. Paget, another player here who kind of is a returner. He can do a little bit of work there as well. And then you have to watch for Tavion Washington, a 6'3 junior guard. Very similar to our own 6'3 junior guard in Tyreek Brooks. Kind of a mirror matchup there. We'll see who can really kind of get the edge. Even have a similar hairstyle down there as I kind of look toward the floor. I can see Washington. I can see Brooks standing over there. 2 very good players set to take to the floor here today. But of course, our JV game coming up, wrapping up, it's on the books. And of course, unfortunately, Waynesville does fall in that JV game by a final score. I believe it was a 23-point deficit there. So let's hope the varsity can kind of turn it around here. As I mentioned, players to watch, Tyreek Brooks, you got to watch out for him first and foremost. He is on a scoring tear as of late. Did not write the final scores from that Forsyth game. I can actually count it up for you. Had 29 points there in that game. So 29 for Tyreek Brooks in the last game, 36 in the game against Bolivar. And then you take a look, 22 in the win against Warrensburg. Those are his last 3 games. He's definitely on a very good stretch here at the moment, as you'd expect him to be. He's really kind of the one they look toward for that scoring and for that hustle, for the speed, for the tempo. And of course, if we can get so lucky, a monster jam here and there. But of course, assisted by Nico Fowl, assisted by Elijah Griffin and friends, Luther Sapanzik, Cody Black, Rayshawn Fowler, several who can score 6, 8, 10, 12 if they can get it going there. So let's hope we can get a couple of different players to score here tonight. But hey, we're about 7.5 minutes away from opening tip. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves another 3-minute timeout. Take 3 minutes. We'll come back. I'll have a little more information for you. Again, we'll talk about the rest of the week, and we'll maybe even start looking toward next week as well. I know it's only Tuesday, but it never hurts to look a little bit farther into the future. But hey, we'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Waynesville Tiger Basketball, 97.9 The Source.
An independent company, family-owned and operated. That's Frisco Fuel LLC in Stoutland, bringing the fuel you need to the farm and the business to keep things running and the production moving forward. Frisco Fuel LLC is a fuel delivery service located on Keepsake Road in the Frisco Lee community of Stoutland. Their high-quality products, reliable on-time deliveries, competitive prices, and friendly customer service set them apart from all the competition. And with 24/7 service, Frisco Fuel is there when you need them, and they're just a phone call away at 417-763-3835. When the fuel on the farm or your business is running low, call Frisco Fuel, and the delivery trucks will be on their way.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
If you've been to Flo's 66 Diner in St. Robert, then you're one of the many. And if you haven't been there, you need to get on the bandwagon because you're missing out. The owner, Missy, has been in the restaurant biz since she was a kid and offers you the best in home-cooked daily specials. Breakfast with one of everybody's favorites, their biscuits and gravy, and, of course, everything else on the menu. That's Flo's 66 Diner next to O'Reilly's on historic Route 66. They're open 7 days a week. And by the way, word is that Flo's 66 Diner has the best servers in town.
What if you stepped out of the picture tonight? How would you want to be remembered? And who would make decisions about planning your funeral service? This is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. We help families create meaningful services that respect and honor the memory of their loved one's life. At Memorial Chapels and Crematory, we offer our support and guidance when your family needs us the most.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
And once again, welcome back here to the Waynesville High School Gymnasium. Just under 4 minutes away now from opening tip-off today's varsity boys contest. The Waynesville Tigers set to take on the Glendale Falcons. Connor Harbert here with you, 97.9 The Source. Glad you could be tuning in here once again, whether that be, of course, all over the airwaves or online at our website, myozarksonline.com. Make sure to go click on the link over on the right side of the screen. You'll see Listen Live. You'll click on it there, and you can tune in online through our website. But hey, let's go ahead and take a look at Waynesville and what we've got coming up here for you. Again, we've got plenty of games for you this season. We're on the road, we're at home, we're following the girls, we're following the boys, we're doing all of it to the best of my ability. Of course, actually next week, I do believe we have something a little bit different here for you. So, let's go ahead and walk about the rest of the week here. This is the final game for a couple days, actually. We'll have tonight's ball game, Waynesville and Glendale. We'll take Wednesday off. On Thursday, we're right back here in Waynesville. So we will have the girls game for you. Waynesville playing host to the Kickapoo Lady Chiefs. That'll be Military Appreciation Night with a valid military ID. You can get in for free if you are a veteran or an active duty military member there. If you're just a fan or if you're also an active duty member, everybody, they're asking you to wear red, white, and blue to that game on Thursday, so make sure you do so. I want to see this gym packed for that game on Thursday. Of course, we'll carry it like normal, but I'd like to see some people here on in this gym. Then, of course, we're hitting the road on Friday. We're all the way out to Sedalia, 2-hour trip to Smith Cotton High School. That'll be a boys varsity matchup there to go ahead and end the week on the 13th. But that's when things get a little bit tricky next week because I've actually got something special planned for next week. As I understand it, is a yearly tradition. We head on over to Iberia. We're going to be covering the Iberia Invitational Tournament, the 61st annual. Several teams, 3 teams from the Frisco, several other teams from the area as well. Maranatha Baptist is in that tournament, as I understand. St. Elizabeth, Vienna, and then Lighthouse Prep there as well. I think I'm forgetting one team, but plenty of teams going to be in that area. And we will have all the games, as far as I know, at that Iberia tournament. So I'm going to be working overtime next week, which means we will take a small step back from Waynesville basketball. We'll pick it back up, though, after the week. As I understand it, the first game we'll have an opportunity to do, that will be, well, I believe for Waynesville, and I lost my girls' schedule. I do believe it's a girls' contest coming up first. I'll update you on that as we kind of move throughout today. Of course, I'm not thinking 3-4 weeks in advance sometimes. But anyway, we've got about a minute left to go until opening tip. We've also got the national anthem on the way. Let's take one more time out. We'll come back here in just a moment, and then we'll have those starting lineups here for you. We'll get going. Waynesville and Glendale. We'll be back here in just a moment. You're listening to Waynesville Tiger Basketball, 97.9 The Source.
Happy New Year from everyone at Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to start the new year in a new Ford. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months with approved credit on new 2022 F-150s and select SUVs. Plus, get a $1,000 rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. Visit Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert today or shop online at edmorsefordstrobert.com and find out what it means to be backed by Morse. Offer in January 31st. See dealer for details.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
In sports, success is measured in the number of points scored, in games won, and in championships earned. At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, and being there when you need us. In fact, 9 out of 10 people surveyed with a claim would recommend Shelter to a friend. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple for $4.49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Again, the Waynesville High School Band, our national anthem here today. Didn't have to turn up too loud to capture the band here in this one. Again, as we await the start of tonight's varsity boys basketball contest. Waynesville and Glendale. Let's go ahead and get you some starting lineups here. First and foremost, for the Glendale Falcons, you'll have Tavion Washington out on the floor. Again, that's a big score there for Glendale. Got to watch out for him here today. How about Amari Whittem as well? He will be out on the floor. He'll start in today's contest. You'll also have Cole Feuerbacher, again, the defensive anchor for this squad. You'll have Matthias Whalen, another returner from last year's team, and then you'll have the 6'8" Owen Paget. A few juniors out there on the floor, but all of them with returning varsity experience. Again, Waynesville, they are 9-4 on the year. Brian McTagg, your head coach for the Falcons. Now the starting lineup here for the Waynesville Tigers. Elijah Griffin will be out on the floor, of course, getting another start there. Tyreek Brooks, leading scorer, out on the floor. Getting the start here today, also Luther Sapanzik once again. And then you'll have Rayshawn Fowler in the lineup there as well. And of course, down low, you'll have the big man. That'll be Nico Fowl. So no changes there to the starting lineup here for Waynesville. It'll be Griffin, it'll be Brooks, it'll be Sapanzik, Fowler, and excuse me, how about Fowl? And then for Glendale again, Washington, Whittem, Feuerbacher, Whalen, and Paget. Connor Harbin here with you, 97.9 The Source. Glad you could join me here for tonight's contest. Promises to be a rather fun one. Waynesville 3-9, a couple of close losses in back-to-back games, but another good chance at a win here. Couple of good chances, I'd say. Smith Cotton on Friday is one thing, but you're not worried about that right now. You're worried about Glendale and what they bring to the table. Trying to avenge the loss yesterday. Of course, if you tuned in, Lady Tiger basketball. Waynesville Lady Tigers dropping the contest in Springfield yesterday. So we'll see if the boys get it done here tonight. Foul to jump, Paget to jump here for Glendale. Our official going to fake out both our players here. Foul and Paget both leaping into the air. Here's your opening tip. It's won by Foul, but it's going to be Glendale. Nope. Glendale going to step out of bounds. So in essence, it'll be Waynesville who starts the bang with the basketball. Feuerbacher trying to save it from going out of bounds, but tosses it away. So Waynesville will get the ball here. I believe that means possession arrow will be still pointing over toward Glendale. I'm not quite sure how they'd actually go with that, but we'll see what happens. But Waynesville with the basketball here on the corner. That's Luther Sapanzik. Up and around, top of the key, now over to Tyreek Brooks. Brooks bringing it to his left. I'll have our first foul. Foul going to be charged here. Looks like to Cole Feuerbacher. So Feuerbacher will pick up the foul, his first. And Feuerbacher, splendid football talent. Quarterback for the Falcons football team. Committed to Missouri State. But really lauded for his defense here when it comes to basketball. See how Waynesville attacks here today. Already picking up an early foul. Nico Foul, top of the key here for Waynesville. Going to hand it off over to Brooks. Brooks guarded by Feuerbacher, moving to his left. Pass it off over to Fowler in the corner. Fowler going to bring it to his right now on the wing. Stops, tries to find a cutting Sapanzik. Sapanzik actually had an open lane to the basket. Wasn't ready for the pass, though. It sails out of bounds, and it will be Glendale basketball. Good thought there, I'd say, by Fowler. Sapanzik might not have known he was left alone under the basket before he took off and cleared out. Tavion Washington, right wing here for the Falcons, moving through, middle of the lane, rolls in off the front of the rim. Simple enough, one pass, one basket, and Glendale jumps out to the 2-0 lead. A minute gone by here in this first quarter. 4 8-minute quarters, of course. Elijah Griffin, left wing, hands it off to Foul, gives it up over to Brooks. Brooks here double team, pick and roll, finds Foul. Foul all the way to the basket. He's fouled on his way up. He'll get 2 free throws. Glendale trying to take the charge there. That was actually Amari Whitham trying to take the charge. Didn't get the call either way. The foul's actually going to go on Tavion Washington on the shot itself. So Foul stands at the line. He's shooting 2. First shot's up and away. It's good. Doesn't even move the net. Perfect shot there for Foul. First Tiger on the board tonight. Cuts the lead to 1. It's 2-1. Second free throw now is also good. This time just a little bit farther, but still good enough to put it through. And we'll tie it up here 2 apiece. Waynesville, a little bit of pressure down the floor, but eventually Whalen comes across half court. Gives it up over to Feuerbacher, but gets it right back. Onto the right wing, Washington. Up top, now over to Whitham. Whitham going to his right here. He's driving to the middle of the lane. He'll put up the teardrop. 2 shots now, both middle of the lane here for Glendale. Whitham and Washington. And it's another Glendale lead here, 4-2. Fowler gives it up into the corner here. Luther Sapanzik coming to his left. Pass it off over to Griffin. Griffin here, double team, but passes out of it. Gets it to Foul in the corner, but gets it right back. Now back over to Foul in the corner. Fowler will take it, volleyball line, over to Sapanzik. Couple dribbles to his left. To the wing again, Fowler. Glendale, by the way, in a man-to-man defense. Tyreek Brooks, right wing. Steps back beyond the line, now double teamed into the corner. Foul once again. Glendale trying to trap the basketball, trying to get Waynesville in a precarious situation. Here's Griffin driving all the way through. Shot no good. Foul fighting for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball. And they are going to say possession arrow is pointing over toward Waynesville. Remember, Cole Feuerbacher did have possession of that basketball in the opening tip. Tried to save it. But that means Waynesville gets the first jump ball. Here's an inbounds pass to Foul. He'll dribble it out to the corner. Leaps, gets it off to Fowler on the right wing. Thought about penetrating. Instead, goes to the opposite side. Now over to Griffin. Back to Fowler. In the corner, Sapanzik turns around to his right. Finds Griffin. Foul still working there inside, trying to create some space on the 6'8" Owen Paget. Here's Brooks driving through. Lost the dribble. Ball loose on the floor here. Going to have another jump ball. Possession arrow is going to be pointing over toward Glendale. 2 straight jump balls, this time benefiting the Falcons. I'll come back now, leading again 4-2 early on in this contest. Tavion Washington going to bring it left wing, moving to his right, gets around Foul, lays it off the back of the rim, no good. Foul's there for the rebound. Outlet pass made over to Fowler. Fowler going all the way underneath the basket, kicked out of bounds. They'll say it was touched by Fowler on the way out, though. So Glendale takes it back here on the Waynesville turnover. I'd like to see Waynesville be a bit more decisive on the drive today. Lots of passes, moving it around. But Fowler just kind of dribbling himself underneath the basket there. Might have to see maybe a bit more decisiveness on the shot. Here's Whittem, top of the key. He's trying to drive to the middle of the lane, has it stripped away, picks it back up though. Now it's off the front of the rim and in. Waynesville got a hand on it, but Whittem's there to pick it back up. Unfortunately, Waynesville trying to clear out and trying to get back on the offensive side of things. Gave him a bit too much space. It's 6-2 now in favor of the Falcons. Here's Fowl going to his left. Bounce pass off over to Fowler. Fowler on to Griffin now. Griffin driving through middle, dumps it underneath. Fowler left alone. He'll put it in off the glass. Great cut there, Rayshon Fowler this time. Left alone underneath. His first 2 points of the day, 6-4. Over and back, going to be called now on Glendale. Waynesville, a good trap as he came across the line. That was Matthias Whalen. Trapped in the corner, tried to dribble out of it by moving to his left, but stepped back onto the opposite side of the floor. So Waynesville, chance to tie or maybe take the lead here as we approach the halfway point of this first quarter. Griffin to his left, pass it off Fowler. Fowler on over to Brooks. Waynesville weaving, wing to wing now. Here's Fowler, top of the key. Now again, Brooks. Waynesville, we've talked about it so much this year, always very patient with the basketball. Long possession's kind of the name of the game. Here's a foul going to be charged. Looks like it's going to be picked up by Feuerbacher. Trying to pick up a sudden charge. Maybe trying to catch Brooks leaning in. Instead, he'll eat his second foul. So that's a big player to get 2 fouls. Again, Feuerbacher, considered a defensive player, a very good one for Glendale. But he'll have to come out of the ball game here with those 2 personal fouls. Most likely see him at the outset of the second quarter. Here's Brooks to inbound from the baseline. Goes in, Griffin. Griffin thought about the 3 instead. Keeps the dribble. On over to Fowler it goes. To the corner now, Sapanzik. Couple dribbles to his left. Now double team. Fights through it. Gets it inside. On the right block, here's Foul. Foul pump fakes. Off the glass. Rims out. And now a foul on the rebound going to be picked up here by Waynesville. Pump fake didn't necessarily get Glendale to bite there. Foul still fighting through it. Almost put it in anyway. Through the contested shot. On the block. Just didn't catch the right side of the rim. Glendale takes control of the basketball. The foul was on Luther Sapanzik, by the way, his first personal, and the first team foul for Waynesville. Whalen going to the right wing. Ball stripped away here by Griffin. Now a foul going to be charged here to Glendale, trying to get the basketball back. Griffin with the quick hands knocked it away, and so a foul is going to be picked up here. Peyton Norris, who checked in for Feuerbacher, he'll pick up the foul. Griffin simply swipes it away. He'll bring it across half court to the volleyball line, guarded closely by Whittem. Off to Foul, it goes on the left elbow, now to Griffin. Griffin setting up for the 3, no, instead steps up to the right elbow. Around the perimeter we go, driving right baseline, Sapanzik to the block Foul, outside Brooks, looking for his first points, his first 3, no, didn't get it to go, a little bit too hard. Rebounded here by Whittem. Whittem coming up, middle of the floor, pass it off, over now to Whalen. Whalen on to Paget. Paget going to find a cutting Norris. Norris, jumper, middle of the lane, good. That middle of the lane's been kind of the hot spot for Glendale. Here in this first quarter, Waynesville going to need to collapse on that shot. That time just a simple jump shot. The last 2 were runners, but means Glendale has doubled up Waynesville here early on. It's 8-4. Here's Brooks, top of the key, driving to his left, guarded by Whalen. Pass it off Fowler. Now a high pass, but Griffin's able to bring it down. Back to the left wing with Fowler once more. Off to Griffin. Griffin for 3. No, too hard.